All right, so the first problem on page 6, number 51 here. All right, so find the slope. When it says write a linear equation, you gotta have the slope. So what's the slope gonna be? 6.3 minus 5.9 over 1999 minus 1998. So that's not as bad as you think. 0.4.
Yep.
Right? And then what? Yeah, somehow you write the equation of your line, and I'm always gonna point slope because that's what I do. You don't have to, but somehow you gotta come up with the equation of line. So I'm doing maybe y minus 5.9 equals 0.4 x minus 1998. And then I gotta get y by itself, so I guess I'll distribute. My calculator do that for me. 799.2, yeah, thank you. And then I'm gonna add that 5.9. So my equation is gonna be 0.4x minus 793.3. Everybody with me on that? Did I make a mistake? Is it okay? So, part A, write a linear equation. There you go. Now, quick point. They specifically told me to use those 2 points. What if they hadn't said that? What if I would have used maybe the first point and the 4th point? What do you think might have happened? The equation would be a little bit different? Be pretty close probably, but a little bit different. These points aren't all in a perfect line, so we gotta just pick a couple and go with it. All right, use the equation to, this is our equation, to estimate our expenditures in 2002. What should I do? What do you think?
Plug in 2002 in X.
In X. And we're plugging it in X, guys, because isn't X the year? And Y is the money? So I'm going to put in 2002 and see how close it comes to the actual data point. I got $7.5 trillion. Notice, I don't know if you noticed in the beginning, but Y's are in trillions. What was the actual data point? This is what my equation gave me, but what was the actual data point from the data? 7.4? So we're off, but that's okay. All right. Let's start, I don't know if we'll get done, but let's start solving graphically with our calculator. Do we have a calculator? Does someone at your table have a graphing calculator? So if you didn't bring yours, next week is going to be points, folks. I'm going to start taking points off if you don't have it. So let's get it. Remember, you can check one out for me. You can check one out for me to use for free. So you don't want to buy one. All right, so let's get started. I can't remember, I've got so many classes doing so many different things. Have we graphed yet on our calculator? No. Okay, so this is our first graphing experience. We're going to solve this graphically. Okay, so I want everybody doing what I'm telling you to do. Okay, turn it on. We're going to graph something and we want to be able to see it on the screen. We can adjust our screen so that we can see what we want to see. we start with what's called a standard screen. To get the standard screen, press Zoom 6. I heard somebody say it, Zoom 6. And that will give you a screen that's 10 by 10. Negative 10 to 10, negative 10 to 10. If you press Window, do you see the negative 10 to 10s now? But you can manually adjust that if you wish. I like to use Zoom 6 just in they're all set. But you can always manually adjust. If you do not have a calculator today, you probably ought to be writing down these steps and really watching your friend so you can remember how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to press second quit. So second quit, second quit. That is how I get back to my home screen. So if you go off, you start pressing buttons and you're in some weird thing, and you want to go back to the original, second quit will do that for you, okay? Now, go to y equals, because now I'm ready to type in the equation that I'm going to have a graph. Now, I already have some equations in there, so I'm going to clear. I only want to have my new equation in there. Now I'm going to put that in. To get the x, right here where my finger is, there's a button that has an X on it. Now it also has some other things on it, but it has an X on it. Press it. So that gives you your X. And then I want to square it, so over here to the side you have a square button, a button that squares, X squared. Now I'm going to do plus 7x and minus 3. So in my calculator now is x squared plus 7x minus 3. All of you with graphers, do you have that in? Got it in? Perfect. Now just hit graph. Graph. Did you see something that looks like, kind of goes off the screen? You have something that looks like that? And that's perfectly okay, because my answers are these 2 points. My answers are where I cross the x-axis. So I know I can't really see the bottom of my parabola, but I don't care. If I were looking for the minimum, that would matter. But I am looking for these points right here. All right, here we go. We are not going to trace and guess. That isn't how we do it. You paid a lot of money for this calculator. Let it do its work. Press second trace. That's count. Second count. And see all those options it gives you there? This is probably the most useful button on your calculator. Second count. There's all kinds of stuff. We want the zeros. These numbers are called zeros because that's where the curve equals 0. So go down to press 0 and enter. Look carefully. Do you see a cursor? You should see something flashing. Here's what I want you to do. Using your arrow buttons, I want you to move that cursor. Mine's flashing right here. I need to move it all the way over here somewhere. So using your left arrow button, just keep arrowing until you see the cursor over here somewhere. On the left side of this point. Here's the point. I have to be on the left side of it. Okay, when it's over there, hit enter. Now, using your right arrow, move the cursor so it's down here somewhere on the right side of that. No specific place. Just use the arrow till it's over here somewhere and press enter. Now, depending on your calculator, you'll either physical lines there. Move the cursor till it is close to this point. Just move it till it's around here and hit enter. And anybody wanna tell me what it says, x equals? Yes, I love